A customer just asked this business a question at 2 in the morning. Watch. Within 4 seconds, they got a complete, accurate, friendly answer. The refund policy, the exact steps, a link, everything. There was no employee awake. There was no employee at all. That entire reply came from a free tool. And the job it just did. Answering customer questions, all day, every day without a break, is a job a company would normally pay a person around $5,000 a month to do. I'm going to show you exactly how this is set up from nothing in this video. It's free. It genuinely does not cost anything to run for a small business. And you do not write a single line of code. By the end, you'll understand this well enough to build it for your own business, or, honestly, to build it for someone else's and charge them for it. Let's go. First, let's be fair about what a $5,000 a month employee actually is, because I'm not exaggerating that number to grab your attention. A part-time or full-time support person, once you add the wage, the taxes, the software, the training, the sick days, and the simple fact that they sleep 8 hours a night and don't work weekends, that's the real loaded cost of keeping someone answering questions. And here's the brutal truth about that job. Maybe 80% of the questions are the same 10 questions. Where's my order? What's your return policy? Do you ship to my country? How do I reset my password? A human being answering, "What's your return policy?" for the 400th time is a tragic waste of a human being. That is not a people problem. That is a pattern problem. And patterns are exactly what AI eats for breakfast. So here's the tool. It's a large language model, the same kind of AI behind ChatGPT, and specifically, I'm using Claude, because in my testing, it's the most careful about not making things up, which matters enormously when it's speaking to your actual customers. The core model is free to use, and on its own, out of the box, it's smart, but it's blind. It knows about the world in general, but it knows nothing about your business. Ask it about your refund policy, and it'll cheerfully invent one. That inventing, that's the thing we have to kill. Because an AI that confidently makes up your policies is worse than no AI at all. So the whole trick, the entire secret of this build is one idea. Never let the AI answer from its imagination. Only let it answer from your facts. And the way you do that has a name. It's called giving the model a knowledge base. In plain English, you hand the AI a folder of your real information, and you give it one ironclad rule. Only answer using what's in this folder. If it's not in here, say you'll pass it to a human. That one rule is the difference between a tool you can trust in front of customers and a liability that gets you in trouble. Let me build the folder. And when I say folder, I mean it. This part is almost insultingly simple. I open a plain document and I paste in everything a new support hire would need to know. The return policy, word for word, shipping times and countries. The full list of frequently asked questions with their real answers. How refunds work, business hours. That's it. No special format, no code, just your real information, written out in plain language, the way you'd explain it to a new team member on day one. If your business already has a help page, you're halfway done. Copy it in. This document is the single most valuable thing in the entire build, because everything the AI says will come from here and only here. Now we connect the two, and this is where a free automation layer comes in. I'm using a visual tool where you drag boxes and connect them with lines, no coding, and there's a completely free tier that's more than enough for a small business. Here's the flow, and it's just 4 boxes. Box 1, a message comes in. From your website chat, your email, wherever. Box 2. We hand that message to the AI, and along with it, we attach the knowledge folder and the golden rule. Answer only from this, and if you can't, hand it to a human. Box 3. The AI writes the answer. Box 4. The answer goes back to the customer. 4 boxes. That is the entire $5,000 employee. Let me show you the instructions I give it, because just like hiring a person, this is where it's won or lost. I tell it, you are a friendly support agent for this business. Answer only using the information provided. Keep it warm, short, and clear. Never guess. Never invent a policy, a price, or a date. If the answer isn't in your information, say, "Let me get a teammate to help with that," and flag it. That last line is the safety net. It means the worst case isn't a wrong answer that burns a customer. The worst case is politely handing off to a human, which is exactly what a good employee does when they're not sure. Now let's test it, and let's test it mean, because a demo that only handles easy questions is a lie. Easy one first. What's your return policy? 4 seconds, perfect answer, pulled straight from the folder in a warm human tone. Good. Now the hard one, the trap. I ask it something that is not in the knowledge base at all. Do you offer a discount for schools? A bad AI would invent a generous school discount on the spot and just committed your business to something you never agreed to. Watch what this one does. It says it doesn't have that information, and it'll connect me with a team member. That's the moment it becomes trustworthy. It knows the edge of what it knows. An employee who admits what they don't know is worth more than one who confidently makes things up, and the same is true here. So, let's be clear-eyed about what this replaces and what it doesn't. It doesn't replace the human for the hard, emotional, weird, high-stakes conversations. The angry customer, the complicated refund, the judgment call. It replaces the 80% that is pure repetition. The "what's your return policy" for the 400th time. And by taking that 80% off the plate, the human you do have, or the human you are, gets to spend their hours on the 20% that actually needs a heartbeat. You're not firing the team. You're deleting the boring part of the job and handing the machine the part no human should be doing anyway. And the economics are just hard to argue with. The model, free. The automation layer, free at this scale. The knowledge folder, an afternoon of copy and paste. Set it up once and it works every hour of every day, in every time zone, in a good mood, forever. And it never asks for a raise. That's not hype. That's just what happens when you point a pattern-matching machine at a pattern-shaped problem. And think about the speed for a second, because that's the part customers actually feel. A human support rep, at their absolute best, answers one conversation at a time. This thing answers 100 at once, in 4 seconds each, at 3 in the afternoon or 3 in the morning. No queue, no, your call is important to us. For a small business that can't afford a support team at all, this isn't replacing an employee. It's giving them a superpower they were never going to be able to buy. That's the part I find genuinely exciting. The tool that used to belong only to big companies with big budgets is now a free afternoon of work for anyone. So, here's how to take it further. First, feed it your real help docs and keep the folder updated. The smarter the folder, the smarter the agent. Second, add a box that logs every question it couldn't answer so you can see exactly what's missing and improve it every week. Third, and this is where it becomes a business, not just a tool, the exact same build works for any company on Earth. Swap the folder, swap the branding, and you've got a service you can set up for local businesses that have no idea this is even possible. I've packaged the whole thing, the 4-box blueprint, the golden rule instructions, and a starter template for the knowledge folder, into a free pack, no email needed, link in the description. Import it, paste in your own business info, and you'll have this answering questions in about 15 minutes. Go build the folder for your business or a business you know this week. Because the first time you watch a machine answer a customer perfectly at 2 in the morning while everyone's asleep, you stop seeing AI as a toy and start seeing it as staff. Subscribe. Next week, I'm replacing a different job with a free tool. And grab that starter pack. Somebody out there is still paying $5,000 a month for something a folder and 4 boxes can do.